Ever since episode 1 of the amazing digital circus, Kinger has somehow always made an appearance. Whether that's good or bad, he has definitely marked a spot on the show. But in each episode, he's always acting crazy and going insane. So that leads me to wonder, what happened to him and what is his tragic backstory? Well, today we're going to be figuring that out. Since if you have been living under a rock your whole life, like Patrick from SpongeBob, then you wouldn't know that yesterday, episode 3 of the amazing digital circus came out, and it had a ton of secret lore clues and details that lead up to Zubal's and Kinger's tragic backstory. Today we are going to be talking about Kinger. Don't worry, the next video is going to be about Zubal. So in the beginning of the episode, we can see them teaching Pomni how to hold her breath, and once Pomni can't take it anymore, we see Jax pointing out what happens to them all if they hold their breath, with Ragatha having her hair pulled out like spaghetti noodles, Gingle's mask spinning, Zubal becomes straight, can't believe I just said that, and with Kinger, he glows like a candle. So they all have unique abilities, but Kinger's is the most interesting out of them all, because later in this episode is where his glowing power comes in handy. So episode 1 was at the circus, episode 2 was in Candy Carrier Chaos, and episode 3 is taking place in the Haunted Mansion. And in this episode, we're able to discover tons of secrets and lore clues. So starting off simple, immediately when Kinger and Pomni and the gang arrive at the mansion, they are also greeted by a fellow ghost named Ghostly, who tells them which door is not good and which door is good and which door is not safe. But Pomni ends up getting scared by Jax and her eyes immediately fall out, not able to retract again. So Jax grabs Gangle's comedy mask and throws it at the scary door, which immediately opens a big mouth and a huge tongue comes out, ready to eat and devour everyone. So Kinger grabs one of Pomni's eyes and jumps down the throat of the mouth to get Gangle's comedy mask. But then Pomni gets sucked into the mouth and Kinger and Pomni both get trapped inside. But here's where things start to get weird. For some reason, Kinger isn't acting crazy anymore, which is strange for him to say at the very least. But then they find multiple pre-recorded tapes left by the owner of the mansion named Baron Theodore Mildenhall. They then find a second tape telling them to not look away from the certain demon floating head. Pomni then finds the key to a mini elevator, but when she does, all of the lights go out and the room goes dark. They then see a big head and it screams at them and it tries to kill them. The monster then opens its mouth and something strange happens to Kinger. Notice that when Kinger said, "You look beautiful, honey," the small eyes, like lights in the darkness of the creature's mouth, probably reminded Kinger of when he was in the fort with his abstracted wife, which is also a very big detail that I loved about this episode, since when they escape and go deeper into the mansion, they find the gun and kill the head. But then, immediately, 2 pairs of hands are dragging them to hell, and they immediately get sent to the world below. Down there, they find a mysterious path, and Pomni decides to run through it fastly, but then she gets possessed, and the Kinger has to get the ghost out of her afterwards. Afterwards, Kinger tells Pomni's tragic backstory. He starts telling Pomni that the dark helps him remember things, and then he tells her his tragic backstory.
Right after my wife had abstracted, I don't recall the exact string of events, but we both ended up in the fort together. And it was dark. The darkness seemed to calm her down a bit. The harsh, jagged edges smoothed out, and she didn't seem aggravated anymore. She wasn't the same as before, but she was calm enough to touch one last time before she got sent to the cellar. I'm always taken back to that moment when engulfed in darkness.
You had a wife? Like, here in the circus?
Yeah. She was funny, creative, really into entomology. I used to hate bugs, but She somehow got me to like them. It's not the most cheerful memory, but it's one I at least have control over.
Kinger used to have a wife, and sadly she got abstracted. Kinger's tragic backstory is really sad, and it's even sadder that he ain't gonna remember any of this crap when he gets back to the circus. My theory is that if he goes crazy enough, he might end up getting abstracted, which he will then be with his wife Queenie, happy once again forever. We probably will learn more about him and his past in the next episode. That's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, and then more. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.